Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, coming up later on tonight, we are going to have our 2024 CageZilla Hall of Fame inductions. You don't want to miss that, so stick around. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to everybody watching us at home right now on CageZilla.com. And ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Edwin Francois.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to CageZilla 82 as we make our way in for the fifth fight of the night. We've had a lot of action so far, but I don't know if any of it is going to compare to what Edwin, the Haitian gladiator Francois, can bring to the table. This 37-year-old stands at 6'1", 202 pounds, fighting out of method boxing and MMA, and he right now is a CageZilla veteran with a 3-3 record.
Yeah, we first of all want to say thank you for your service, Mr. Francois. He's a U.S. Marine fighting out of method boxing. He's 3-3 in MMA. He's lost his last 3 fights, but definitely not a guy to sleep on. Definitely a guy that, hey, doesn't want to lose again. You know, he's a guy who's coming in here. He's hungry, I'm sure, and really has got to get in here and change the momentum for himself. And that's exactly what he's looking to do. These fights at CageZilla 82 tonight are really heating up. We got some exciting fights coming up in the pipeline for you guys. And this is the next big one here. Bout number 5. And really looking forward to this one. This is a big test for both individuals. Coming in at 200 pounds, both of them, 202 pounds.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Julio Brodie.
Julio Brodie.
Yeah, Julio Brodie, of course, is someone who is on a fast track to a pro debut if I were to ever see one, Brent. 4-1 out of Top Flight MMA. He also sits at the 202-pounder mark, 24 years old and 6'2". This is someone bringing in a little bit of reach advantage and more notably, maybe an age advantage as well. Currently on a run, looking to continue it here.
Yeah, he's training under UFC fighter Ron Stallings. 4-1 record. He's got 2 decisions, 2 TKOs. He loves to finish fights when he can. And this is a fight I'm really looking forward to. Guys that come in this weight, 200 pounds, muscular, tall, big boys with 4-ounce gloves on. It definitely is something you don't want to miss here.
Yeah, absolutely the case. And I mean, right now, what I'm looking out of Julio Brodie is for him to kind of bring that finish rate up just a little bit here as a statement maker, as a highlight piece for him as he continues to seek out furthering his career in MMA across CageZilla and many other promotions. This is someone who has the potential to go far, and he's looking to take those first steps towards that future in the journey right here, right now.
Yeah, he's trying to get back to maybe if he gets this big win here today, it might propel him to a CageZilla title, so he's definitely looking forward to getting that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla light heavyweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Marine Service Company, veteran-owned and veteran-operated. And Tony's New York-style pizza, simply the best Italian dishes in Northern Virginia. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 6'1" and weighing in at 202 pounds, fighting out of method boxing and MMA with a record of 3 wins and 3 defeats. It's Edwin, the Haitian gladiator, Francois. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 6'2" and weighing in at 202 pounds, fighting out of Top Flight MMA with a record of 4 wins and only 1 defeat. It's Julio Brodie. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is brought to you by Marine Service Company and Tony's New York-style pizza. Your referee is Michael Dolman.
Expert referee Michael Dolman here watching over this bout, and he is going to need to keep a close eye on these guys. These guys are zeroed in on each other, and it's looking to be an intense war here. I know this is going to be a good one.
Already open stance for both of these fighters. Interesting perspective to take. I think both of these guys want to get in and scrap so far. That's been how a lot of these fights have gone. Maybe too much for Edwin Francois, who so far seems to drop his guard a little bit upon approaches here. That is something that Julio Brodie, with that reach advantage, could actually try to exploit.
Yeah, Edwin, man, you could see the explosiveness coming from him. And Julio just smiling right at him. So, oh,
good leg grab, actually going to lead to a topple over, a bit of a tripod position, and now immediately we will see Julio Brodie fly in to try to get a headlock. We'll be able to break it up. Haitian Gladiator back to his feet.
Nice right hand from Brodie, and oh, look at that. The Haitian Gladiator catching that foot. I know Coach Stewart from Method Boxing, he's had some of his boxers on our Champions League boxing events, and so I know he's trained the Haitian Gladiator very well. And hopefully he starts using his hands here.
Oh. And that's going to be a low blow. Leads to a quick break in the action here as Michael Dolman will guide everybody back to neutral corners. But that was a rough one as well. We saw one in that fight between Lopez and Mariquin early on, but it was kind of glancing. This one may actually bring a stop to the action for a little bit longer, as right now the Haitian Gladiator is just looking to recover.
Yeah, I mean, take a shot to the groin. Kind of changes the way you feel. And, to say the least. So, referee Michael Dolman's he's an expert. He's gonna give him his time. He's gonna let him get a breath. It's funny that Francois went to Brodie's corner to try to rest. So, I don't know if Michael Dolman gave him here we go. Let's take a look at it again. Boom.
Yeah, that's going to be a quick shot trying to get to that inside thigh. And usually against tall fighters, that's a good idea, but it kind of slid up the leg because of how it was extended forward. And because of that, we are back into this little break situation.
That was not an easy kick either. It was a rear leg round kick to the right between the legs and the jewels. And so Francois looks like he's trying to gather his composure and maybe get everything to settle back to where they feel a little bit better.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a tough situation to be in. You come out all this way to fight, but obviously this could be a debilitating pain that you then have to kind of work through for the rest of the round. And even if you're saying, hey, I'm good, I'm ready to go, that can leave a lasting impact throughout the course of these fights. So with that in mind here, I hope that Francois is, looking out for himself here, isn't trying to rush things to get back up versus Julio Brodie here, right here at CageZilla 82.
Yeah, Brodie staying loose. In the corner, moving around, shadow boxing a little bit. Francois looks like he's still feeling this groin shot. So I guess they're going to give him his time. I think you get 5 minutes. Referee Michael Dolman told him he had 3 of those 5 minutes left. So he's going to. Looks like he might use that time.
And I think it's a good idea to do so, especially when you're moving to the light heavyweight and to the heavyweight classes. Oftentimes we are seeing endurance be at a premium. And I really do think that by taking your time here to regather yourself, particularly after a shot like that, it allows for not only the ability to physically recover, but also the ability to strategize up against this opponent who right now seems very wily, very ready to use every tool at his disposal, even if he's risking a groin shot like that.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to do it.
No,
it didn't look like he meant to do that. But whether he meant to do it or not, eye poke, groin kick, anything like that, it's, the guy who suffers is the guy who has it done to him. First time, it's like, hey, you got to let it slide kind of thing. If it happens again, certainly Michael Dolman will take a look at it and take a point.
Well, there's a call for 2 minutes left on the clock here for Francois to try to just right himself and get back into the action here. He's looking a little bit more mobile than we were at the beginning of the 5-minute countdown here. Looks energetic, ready to go, and you're hearing the crowd ready to see a return here in CageZilla to our 5th fight.
Yeah, Brodie's doing the right thing. He's kind of jumping around, staying loose. I'm really hoping the Haitian Gladiator can continue here. He keeps looking away, and his facial body language is not really looking good.
No.
But again, Brodie's going to be disappointed if this fight ends like this.
Absolutely the case. And, 5 minutes out here kind of feels like a long time. You think about the velocity that MMA fights often go at, Brent, but when you're in the ring and when you're trying to recover from something like this, I need a good lie down in the entire afternoon at the very least if I was to take even one of these shots.
Especially that shot. I mean, once I saw it on the instant replay, I was like, man, that wasn't just a tap. That was right in. That was right in there. It looks like he's ready to go. So.
Yeah, but I like that acknowledgement here from Julio Brodie's side, kind of saying it's my bad. I'm sure we are going to be seeing a much more assured and deliberate attempt at shots to the legs here. Francois looking to get right back in here and restart things in his favor. Brodie playing incredibly defensively right now, just kind of shuffling around the arena, notably because of all the time both these fighters have had to recover. We're right back up to that high speed at the very beginning of things, and already we see in open stance here just how much that leading arm is attempting to make a mark. Big shot over the top. Julio able to duck it coming from the Haitian Gladiator.
Yeah, Brodie coming in, 24 years old, got the youth on his side here. I'm not sure if Francois has really recovered from that groin shot. He looks a little tentative, really trying to swing with that right hook is really kind of the big offensive strike he's trying to use. I hope he mixes it up a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful body shot.
And no debate about where that landed. Right across the midriff there of the Haitian Gladiator. Francois, in a difficult situation, has lost central control of the cage now, and that means that Julio Brodie is looking to go back on the attack.
Yeah, Brodie's he looks calm. He looks, calculated. Oh,
and there's another one. Almost caught this time with the
body
Haitian
kick.
Gladiator.
Wow.
But fact of the matter is, damage is already done. You hold it there and you try to get something back. That is a gamble while it's guaranteed value for the blue corner side.
Yeah, Brodie's staying loose. Oh, nice takedown attempt for the Gladiator. Let's see if he's got a little wall work here and get him to the floor. Brodie fighting beautifully off the cage, scoring some nice knees to the body. Really taxing that body, and maybe it'll be paying dividends in the later rounds.
And I'm a little bit worried about how Edwin approached getting that leg pick going. He had such solid control all the way up to the thigh here that I really thought that Julio Brodie would be taken down center stage, but instead allowed to be run to the sidewall means that he was able to get a little bit more leverage and respond quite nicely in kind. So Francois has to look for more value here and now and won't get it in this first round.
Yeah. Francois looks a little disoriented. I hope he can get some good advice from his team, from his coaches, and really get his head back in the game. He's really got to start, utilizing some variation in his technique. He keeps throwing that right hook. It's a little slow. It's not landing, and he's telegraphing it. So I think Brodie's just kind of he's starting to get his reads on and getting some good advice here from his coaches. But to me, Brodie looks like the calculated one. He doesn't even want some. He refused water just now from his coach. He's ready to go. He wants to jump right back in there.
And one thing to note here is that we're seeing Julio Brodie be responsive to the tape that we have regarding how the Haitian Gladiator has fared in the past. Like we said, he's currently on a 3-fight skid after a 3-0 record to start his CageZilla career, and notably 2 of those have come by head kick KO. And we're beginning to see openings, gaps in the armor by which Julio Brodie is able to bring some vicious kicks to bear upon his opponent. And so if that continues here and now, I think that Francois may be looking at a 4th loss.
Well, I tell you what, if Brodie takes that body kick that he's been landing so nicely and brings it about a foot higher to the head, he might be getting a head kick knockout.
That being said, we are back to open stance here. Both of these fighters just trying to navigate some difficult waters in this situation. The southpaw approach from Julio may actually be destabilizing Francois just a little bit because it is also allowing for that rear leg to accelerate so much from the blue corner side. That being said, Julio Brodie, lighter on his feet right now, just playing outside of the pocket, outside of the Haitian Gladiator's range. And I think that now he's just trying to bait Edwin in for another shot at a head kick or something similar.
Yeah, he's luring him in. Either to a right hand or a right kick, and to me, Francois gotta work on his footwork a little bit. He's got to have a little lateral movement, a little left and right. He's kind of plodding forward, and that's only going to get him struck with some big strikes here.
Yeah, and you talked about stability on the Haitian Gladiator side. I really do feel like Edwin Francois is still struggling to find common ground here. Able to finally get a shot past the guard, but didn't have a lot of acceleration on it. In fact, seems to overinvest on a hook with that leading arm right afterwards. That doesn't go anywhere. Julio Brodie is happy to take center stage once again and just continue to needle away at the red corner.
Yeah, Francois, to me, he's kind of a step behind. Nice jab from Brodie. Brodie staying calm. Oh, nice spinning elbow.
And once again, there's head movement coming through. Francois dropping that guard, trying to barge his way in, but unfortunately, Julio Brodie has all the energy to continue to backpedal and in the meantime, get shots. Finally, we are seeing some purchase being made by Francois, but once again, it's up against the wall, and we've seen Brodie navigate himself out of the situation before, and in fact, is almost looking for an inside heel hook there. Couldn't quite find it. In fact, will be met with a knee straight to the midriff. We are going to see it traded back on the other side now, as we will get Francois breaking this one up. Julio Brodie going to rotate back towards center, and we are in neutral once again.
Oh, nice left hook. Oh, man, I'm not sure how much he can take there.
Yeah, Francois is really beginning to take damage
out,
upside the head as well.
He is out of it.
He's dropping that guard, feeling very out of it, quite woozy, trying to roll the shoulders, but unfortunately, Brodie is just surgical with these strikes.
Yeah, he's looking really sharp. I'm not sure he's taking too much punishment at all, and really, like you say, looking surgical with his movement
and look at that stumble right after that roundhouse kick. We see none of that on Brodie's side, and so it's very unfortunate that right now Francois is feeling the pressure. We got 35 seconds left in the second round. First one I think went definitively towards the blue corner side, and this one is looking to shape up the same. So he needs the damage here and now, but Julio has found his opening. We'll try to run him towards the corner. 24 seconds left. There's the wave off, and the representative of Top Flight MMA will notch his 5th win here in CageZilla.
Yeah, I saw expert referee Michael Dolman taking a very close look at Mr. Francois here, and I think he had seen enough. He was getting picked apart. He took some big shots there in the second round, and didn't want to get him fully hurt or anything like that. So I think he stepped in. Some people might say a little early, but I thought it was a good stoppage.
Absolutely the case, and honestly, Julio Brodie shows all of the hallmarks of excellence that we're looking for in a title contender here in CageZilla. He talked about how the journey towards the title starts here and now. Well, I think that he has taken that stride and even more. That was a statement maker coming out of the blue corner.
Yeah, we were talking about him making this statement to try to propel him to a CageZilla title, and I think he did just that.
All right, well, get everybody recovered, ready on for our next bout. I want to take this time to thank everybody for turning on out here to our broadcast. Remember, today we also have the Spanish broadcast going, so make sure to check that out if you have anybody interested in it. But we are about to dive into what I think will be the announcement to make this one official.
Look at that, nice jab from Brodie, turn it into a left hook. Man, just some nice boxing. It didn't, good stoppage. It didn't look like, the Haitian Gladiator was a little too tough for his own good. He didn't want to go totally down, but he didn't have his legs under him,
yeah.
And you could see that. And, I think he could do some footwork drills and work on a little movement because he's got some good punches and he's tough and he can get people to the cage, but, he's got to work on his movement. Let's send it to Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Michael Dolman has called a stop to the action. 2 minutes and 35 seconds into the second round for your winner by TKO. Out of the blue corner, it's Julio Brodie.
And congratulations once again to Julio Brodie for taking home his 5th victory here in 6. We cannot wait to see him return back to CageZilla. And the same can be said for the Haitian Gladiator, of course. Brady, you said there was...
Like and subscribe to CageZilla.